What is up, guys? Loyalty Hunted, and today I've got a ghost commentary for y'all. I've been playing ghosts. I don't know why. Like, there are a couple times in here where I could have hit clips if it wasn't ghosts. You're gonna see me play. This is what I'd like to call an honest commentary. This is more or less how I tend to do. It's like the second, third game I got on. My first game I sniped. I've got that somewhere. I might use it. This is the way I play. Maybe it'll teach you guys some stuff about a knife. Not too concerned about that though. So I don't know if any of you guys that are gonna try out for this here loyalty. I don't know whether to call it a recruitment or not. I guess I could call it a recruitment, but wonder if was that a triple or a split quad? I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at that. I don't know if any of you guys are intending to knife for your clips. Even if you're snipers, I'd recommend give it a shot. I mean, maybe you'll be good at it. But I'm going to talk about the future of a bunch of things, the way that I'd like to see everything go. So I tried to do a commentary yesterday on recruitment, and naturally I managed to majorly fuck up the audio. It was only on like half the video because I did editing shit and rearranged and it deleted it. Not important at all. Basically I fucked up. Right. So if any of you intend to knife, I recommend that you don't go for stabs unless it's really good. Personally, I'm always more entertained by tomahawks or throwing knives, skewers. For me, I'd prefer to see a triple skewer or a triple tomahawk than even a quad stab. A 5-on stab, real hard to do, but if you can get that, go ahead and keep it. But I would say your standard should be unsplit triples that are quick, or quads, split quads, anything like that. Trick shots. If you can hit a tomahawk trick shot, dude, do it. I mean, cross maps, of course, you know. One of the things I'm going to recommend is, right, so today you guys are going to get a little bit of an insight in how I play. So, one of the things I do is I play on what's called Nomad or Charlie. It's Nomad in some games, Charlie in others. And what it does is it puts my tomahawk or my lethal on my left trigger. And in doing that, it allows me to throwing knife, tomahawk, what have you, much faster. And in doing that, you kind of give up your ability to shoot easily. Am I going to shoot in this one? I don't remember. I will end up shooting. I'm sure. I do end up shooting on occasion, but it lets you throwing knife so much faster. Or, I believe it's faster. It's definitely more natural for me, just to have my hands sitting that way. I know that that's not the way everyone works. But I do that. I play on, in Ghosts, I play on a 15 sensitivity, same as what I snipe on. I find that in this game, I tend to do swiping shots a lot more often. Whereas, like, in Black Ops 2, I find myself kind of going towards my shots. And, as you'll notice, I'm pretty bad with runners. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot right here. The reason that I use the Magnum is because it has the fastest knife animation speed. So, just so you guys know, it is the fastest, just barely, or at least it feels the fastest. It also, you know, you can put 2 shots on a dude, 1 shot up close, and end him. So, always an advantage there. Let's see. Of course, you always want 2 throwing knives, or 2 tomahawks. In this game, I don't run concussions, because I don't find that they actually do anything. I find that they just kind of let the enemy know you're there, Maybe if you were running 2 of them and you had 3 or 4 guys and you could all stun the area you were going to feed, maybe then. There I'm jumping so I can get my, what do you call it? My, what are they called? Not the sentry gun, the care package. Yeah. I think I get a dog or something. I'm gonna throw it out and wait for it, of course. But you don't use the default knife in this game because you don't have anything to aim with. Like, if you look on my screen, you'll see my crosshairs for my pistol. That's kind of how I aim my throwing knives before I throw them. Here I'm gonna wait out because I know there's a dude coming. Yep. Run up, stab him, go grab my dog in a minute after I check. Right, it lets you kind of pre-aim your throwing knife before you hold it, because you slow down when you start to hold your throwing knife. It's almost like aiming down sights. And the knife animation is not quicker outwards, but you can knife, like, 2 different people quicker. There I lag real hard. Which is important, of course, when you're trying to hit Eclipse. And I find in general use that it's just better overall. Maybe in search I would use a regular knife. Most of the time I try and throwing knife people. I've actually got an absurd number of stabs in this game. One thing that I've noticed that people have problems with is the kill feed in this game is up in the top, which seems to mess with a lot of people. It's never really bothered me. It's not exactly preferable, but, you know, it's whatever. As you can see, I miss a lot. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm like freaking Phase Ice. Well, not Phase Ice anymore. He would have been so. Is he Sore Ice or is he just Ice? Doesn't matter. I am not one of the best snipers in the world. I miss throwing knives all the time. Actually, a lot of my best clips have been right after missing one. I miss throwing knives, I miss stabs, I'm not perfect. One thing you definitely want to do is flank. I find that when you're feeding, you don't want stealth perks, just because they get in the way too much. But when you're playing for a gameplay, you do. I say that as I'm playing feeding in this game, but... and Ghost is less necessary. I would say if you were playing something like World at War, COD 4, any of those games where you don't have a projectile, you really do want Juggernaut or... yeah, Juggernaut. As much as I hate to say it, you want Juggernaut. It is the only perk that's going to help you feed better. Freaking dogs. Because it's just going to make you harder to kill. It sucks. I know all the snipers hate me right now. But you don't want to use Juggernaut. I mean, you don't want to not be using Juggernaut when you're knife feeding. You just... you have to, almost. Of course, you're going to want extreme conditioning. Anything that makes you faster, you want. Because you're going to see a feed and be like, oh man, I got to get back to that. So, of course, you want to get back to it. I will have more to tell you guys about later. Yeah, boys. It's been Loyalty Hunted. There's a... it's not really even a good gameplay. It's just a gameplay. Something to talk over.